YouTube short, but maybe do like a 5 or 10 minute video with some of these high school coaches.
Oh, I feel that.
And have them and no, but here's the thing, but have them on the chalkboard, like y'all run the
put them on
spread.
chalkboard.
Yeah, put them on the chalkboard. Let's talk about let's get into the weeds. Y'all in here still running the wishbone. Listen, show me how y'all run that freeze option.
Right.
y'all running air raid. Talk a little bit about how y'all run these multiple crossing routes with our wide receivers. Like that would be dope, I think. But
call that thing chalk talk. That's what we should call it, chalk talk, real quick.
Yeah.
Try to highlight some kids in that area, see what they know what they're doing. Yo, yeah. One thing I know, bro, we live, so man. Hey, what's up, everybody? This your boy Connie Westside, the best side, man. I'm here with Professor Pryor, man. Before we get back to y'all, we're gonna go ahead and do a quick commercial break. And once we get out of commercial break, you know what I'm saying, you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna have some fun tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got some stuff to talk about on this yard.
Oh yeah.
But let's just get into it, man. JT will be here shortly, so don't trip, y'all. We got the homie coming. There you go. That was Ozell brand, not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. I mean, bro, I've been checking out some shoes lately. They've been posting up some colorful shoes lately. If you haven't followed them on Instagram, make sure you follow them at Ozell brand on Instagram. They are doing big things. Make sure you check them out. Also, make sure you check out the team, everybody on MTV Sports. Man, I'm talking about not the same. I'm talking about the V Report, which the V Report been lit lately. I don't know where you've been at, but the V Report's been super lit. Anyway, also, man, make sure you check out the Full 94. Make sure you check out the main card and other programs like the Red and Bold podcast. Man, we have so many to choose from. So, man, make sure you check us out. Today's gonna be a very special podcast because today not only we're talking about what's going on in the yard, but I need to talk about these dumpster fire teams. It's just I think these teams are just in the crapper, and we continue to big up these teams like they are the God's gift to earth. So, man, before we do that, let's go ahead and talk to the big homie, the Professor Pryor. What up, Professor?
Man, listen. Somebody scored 98 points in a football game last week.
Oh my God.
USC almost lost. Just when you think it's going to be a ho-hum weekend of college football, you get stupid, crazy stuff like Oregon returning an interception for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
I've never in my life seen a kick hit the very top of the goalpost and just fall to the end zone, and have a fumble return, handoff return for a touchdown in the same game.
Hey, so man.
Crazy.
Look, man, college football is literally the most unpredictable thing in sports. And I mean, literally, like, you never know what you're gonna get in college football. So tell me, what's on the mind? You talk about the yard. Now, one thing I wanted to share with everybody, I don't know if y'all know this, but no more hair.
Somebody got a haircut.
So Connie Westside is no longer Connie Westside with the hair. It's Connie Westside with the low cut.
Connie looking like a stylistic over there, boy. You're looking like a Delphonic.
Hey, man, someone called me El DeBar.
So, brother Conrad, I want to talk about it before we get on to y'all. Let's talk about these dumpster fire teams. Who we
Okay,
came up for?
man.
We don't need to cape for.
All right, so I mean the biggest one, and it's the obvious one, the University of Miami, and it's not because it's Florida State hate. No, it's just that, like, bro, we were expecting y'all to be back all the time. We expecting Cristobal to come in there and just make everything beautiful and extravagant. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I honestly thought that this was going to be okay. Oh, they're going to rival us again, blah, blah, blah. No, like, they continue to show why they should go down one level. See, what people don't get, that when Miami was at its highest, they were not in the ACC. They're not independent. These guys are at the highest when they were in the Big East, and when they could beat up on the small teams, build themselves up, and go to doggone Texas and put it on Texas because they prepare for Texas that whole week. And keep in mind, now we talk about the talent that's coming out of Miami. They still get talent from Miami. Like there's still kids trying to stay home, but you know, it's just that you're not. It's not even that you're getting the quality talent. It's just the fact that, like, how come y'all are allowing teams to do what they're doing? Middle Tennessee. Come on, man.
Wait, you talked about Florida State. Did you hear Coach Stockstill's? You know, Stockstill was a quarterback of Florida State. Did you hear his comments after the game? My man was full on. Just in case y'all forgot, I went to FSU. My man said, "Wasn't no fluke. We whooped their butts." I love it. But
Right.
I agree to an extent. I'm gonna save some of my Miami comments for On the Yard, but I don't know if you remember when you and JT picked A&M. Well, you and JT picked Miami to beat A&M. I don't know if you remember what I said. Why I picked A&M. I said I don't trust their receivers. Keep it. Man. They lost. Let me see if I can do the math in my head real quick. They lost 128 receptions between Charleston Rambo and Mike Hartley. Here's some trivial pursuit of Miami. You think of all the great receivers that's gone through the University of Miami. Charleston Rambo set the single season record for receptions and yards in Miami history last year. Also, keep in mind you're transitioning from a Rhett Lashley sort of hybrid Bryles air raid sort of offense, which is very quarterback friendly, to now Josh Gaddis, who runs a more pro style offense without the receivers. And then you banking on, once again, you're banking on another transfer receiver to come through in Frank Ladson. And Frank Ladson has been very, very average for the Hurricanes. So
I mean, it's not just that they're average. It's just the fact that, like, they're not even doing anything. They're not doing anything. Like, there's nothing being done on that side of the football, and I'm just like, come on, bro. And then, like, they bench Van Dyke, and I'm just like, they did. They bench, like, and then, you know, because, like, the ACC network, Van Dyke is going to be the thing that takes Miami over the edge this year. Yeah. Go Miami.
I didn't think that, like, everybody was talking about Miami as a playoff team and all that stuff, and I'm like, y'all. I mean, and I'm like, y'all, but wait a minute. You know, you lose. I want to say Rambo, Hartley, Will Mallory, who's still there, tight end. They accounted for like 230 targets. I mean, that's a lot to lose. A lot.
It is.
Philosophically, the offense is different. It would have been one thing for them to transition from, like, Rhett Lashley to, like, Jeff Lebby, right? Because philosophically, it's similar. Lebby's more the high-paced brow style offense. Rhett leans a little bit more air raid-ish, but they're both spread philosophies. Gaddis is more pro style. Right. So you gotta deal with the transition. And I think no, I'm gonna say that for only y'all. Let's go to the next dumpster fire team.
The next dumpster fire team is South Carolina. South Carolina. You go.
Why did people think they were gonna be good? Can I just cut you off? Why did people think they were gonna be good? Why? I don't get why. Why did you think they were gonna be good?
Spencer Rattler.
There was nothing because you got Spencer Rattler.
Spencer Rattler, bro.
Spencer Rattler found out very quick that he wasn't throwing to Mario Williams and Marvin Mims. He learned it quickly. There was nothing that said they were gonna be good. They were not gonna be as good as Tennessee. They were not gonna be as good as Georgia. They were not gonna be as good as Kentucky.
Right.
So right there that puts them forward. I did not at all get the South Carolina hype. Spencer Rattler is a good quarterback, but he's like 95% of the quarterbacks at every level. He needs a good offensive line and talent skill positions. He's not a Cam Newton. He's not a game changer. He's not the type of quarterback that's going to elevate the play of the people around him. Like, you ain't going to see Spencer Rattler and the Pips go to the playoff. That's not going to happen.
Spencer Rattler and the Pips.
Well, you keep in mind, man, when Cam took Auburn to that national championship game, man, only one other dude on the whole team got drafted. So but that's not Spencer Rattler. He needs a lot of talent around him. And also, another thing about Spencer Rattler, he was the best quarterback in a very average quarterback class.
He was.
His class, that was the Sam Howell class. And that's why he was the only 5-star in that class. I don't understand why people even remotely thought South Carolina was going to be good. I don't know what they saw.
It's just because here's the thing.
Other than Shane Beamer looking like his daddy.
Here's my whole thing. I think what people don't realize is that when we went and saw that like these two, like this team was going to be, we went and saw that this team was going to be something special. We were like, yo, they get a kid from Columbia that was killing it in the Ivy League. They said, look, his game can translate well to the SEC, which we all believe. Not only that, they said, look, we got Spencer Rattler. And in my mind, I'm like, bro, Spencer Rattler can resurrect his career, and he can say, like, look, I'm going to go to SEC. I'm going to show y'all that I can be a good quarterback in the SEC. Now, it's not like it's the greatest quarterback play ever in the SEC, and you're just a bunch of athletic players. You know what I'm saying? So, you got athletes all over. You don't really have like special quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Not sticking out, not sticking out there quarterbacks. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when you got Spencer Rattler coming to the SEC, I'm just like, yo, he is going to be special. But he's not, like you said, he was a guy that was in a subpar quarterback class, and he got hyped up, and now it's just his career is going down the drain because one, you know what? I think pride comes before the fall.
And a haughty spirit before destruction.
What? And here's the thing. You saw this kid in high school. We got a chance to see how this kid operate. This kid was a menace. I'm not talking about like on the field, man. Like he did his thing on the field. But he was a menace, dog. Like he taught his teammates any kind of way. He would tell them, "Oh, you suck, you trash, all this other stuff." I'm like, yo, bro, like, and you look at him, and you're like, bro, you go to Oklahoma, you stink it up at Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like you were stinking it up. It was just like, you know what I'm saying? You was under a good coach, and you was developing. You know what I'm saying? But now you at South Carolina. And you talk about South Carolina, let's ride. Bro, ride for what? You're not riding for anything. Y'all, bro, you're riding to your losses, bro. And then I got one more final team, and I know we got because we got to get to the yard. One more final team, bro. It's, of course, you know what, I'm gonna lump these two in. It's Nebraska and ASU. Nebraska and ASU, both teams on the left coast. These two teams, one was a country team. Like you said, we could talk about Nebraska till we blue in the face, but we need to address like ASU. We need to address Arizona State University. Arizona State, like you said last week, why is it that you cannot get the quality talent, this quality talent that's coming from Arizona, from the area that y'all actually in, bro? Chandler over there, they got five true 5-stars on their team. How come you can't pull none of those guys? What is going on in recruiting? Go ahead.
If you can't get a quarterback,
oh my God,
and you in Tempe, which is in that Phoenix, Glendale sort of metroplex, like at very least, the way you see football improving in Arizona, you should at least be able to get a quarterback and score a lot of points.
I mean, at least, man. Like, I say this, man. You know, and I really want to say this. Oh my God, I want to say this. There's a kid coming up. He's 6'1". He's 13 years old, and I think he's possibly going to IMG out of Arizona. He's going to be in IMG next year, and he's going to develop for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? This kid is going to be, the talk of whomever's town, whoever city. And when I tell you that I can't wait to see how Arizona fumbles this bag, because this is a true bag that you could get. You can literally get this kid to come over to your school and make some noise. But no, y'all not gonna do it. Y'all gonna let USC, y'all gonna let Bama, y'all gonna let Alabama come to Dogholm, come to Florida, take a kid that grew up in Arizona. Y'all gonna let them take that kid? Come on, bro. Yeah. Come on, son. Yeah. You gonna let that happen? Man, let's get to it, man. Yo, this is your boy Kanye Westside. We're gonna go to the yard right after this, and the homie JT just stopped by. Oh my God, it's gonna go down. I'm trying to tell you, Professor. When you're ready for the yard, dog, just say who.
And let
go ahead.
Let me just say, man, them black and gold Ozell cleats. If the prime of my football career would not have ended in 8th grade, and I would have played high school football, them black and gold cleats would have been perfect for my high school team.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because my high school colors was black and gold.
Man, I wish the Ozell cleats would have been around, because I wanted some really, really light cleats playing defensive line. I thought if I could get to the quarterback quicker with some light cleats, been perfect, man. Shout out to Ozell brand, man. I'm telling you, it's more than a brand, it's a lifestyle. Man, guess who we got in the building? It's JT.
Yes, sir, man. Yo, what up, fellas? How y'all doing?
We good, man. How are you, sir?
Man, tired, man. Here in Georgia, they moved all high school football games to Thursday night because of the weather. Yeah. And so
man, I feel that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel that. All right, so we're gonna go to the yard real quick before we get to film session, because I can't wait for film session tonight. I got a lot to say.
So we ain't gonna fly through. But the first one was quick. So if you did not hear, and everybody was asking me the same question, Stephen F. Austin University defeated 4-0 NAIA Warner University 98-0. And everybody on the y'all want to know what, Professor. I said what? They said Professor. I said what? I said Professor. What? Would you have gone for 100? Yes, I
absolutely. Absolutely.
So you going for the hundo?
Man, okay.
I mean,
so
I would've went
let
for the
me ask you a
hundo.
question. Let me ask you a question. How do you think those kids felt? Like, can you imagine going back to a college campus?
I feel like Warner, those kids just play because they like playing.
Now,
Gotta be.
Is Warner in Florida? Is Warner a Florida team or this is the Warner upstate?
I think it's upstate.
Oh man, that's a shame, bro.
Yes, Warner is in Lake Wales, Florida.
Thought so.
So it's the Florida school.
Yeah, and they travel to Texas, so Stephen F. Austin could throw 98 on them.
Man.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. First, let's be logical about this.
Okay.
Let's think about this from a player perspective.
Okay.
How can you, as a player, go to practice Monday morning knowing that we just lost 98-0?
Man, yes. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You know what's so funny? I saw a player from Warner in the mall today in Tallahassee. I'm like, bro, why you ain't like Wells, bro?
Well, we know why.
Why you ain't like Wells, bro? That's the
we know why now.
Like what would be your mindset this week going into practice? Like,
well, there's a hurricane this week. There's a hurricane this week down that way. So that's what you're thinking about mainly. Second thing you're thinking about is, man, look, man, should I put these cleats on again? Because I've been 50 burger, but I've never been 90 burger.
Hey, listen. I hope that the athletic director has scheduled a JUCO, a D3, so they can get some respect back the next time they play.
So now
that's a JUCO.
So the next thing out on the yard, man, I think JT, I think you called it. Geoff Collins is out of Georgia Tech.
Yep.
Surprise.
So now we got 3. We got Nebraska. We got Arizona State. Now we got Georgia Tech. So I don't want to go down the road of who should go where and who should hire who. I want y'all to rank the jobs. So and let's do 3, 2, 1. So from the worst to the best, how would you rank them? What side? How would you rank them?
Worst to the best?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, so I say Arizona State, Georgia Tech, Nebraska.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yes,
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
I bet you're gonna put Georgia Tech as the worst to go to.
No, absolutely not. So we can agree on 3. Arizona State is number 3.
I don't agree with that.
I'm gonna say Arizona State, Nebraska, Georgia Tech.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
I would actually flip that. I would say Georgia Tech, Nebraska, Arizona State.
Really?
What?
Why? Okay, so why would you say Arizona State?
So Georgia Tech is probably in the most talent-rich area in the country, in that metro Atlanta area. So why rank them 3rd? Well, and I had to think about this. Georgia Tech, it's not the job, it's the university. They are a high standard public university. They need to decide what they want to do with football. Like, do they want to be a good, solid football program? If they do, the number one thing they're going to have to do is they're going to have some easier majors for football players. And it's not that football players are dumb, but the thing is, Georgia Tech doesn't recruit against Georgia. They recruit against Notre Dame, They recruit against Stanford. They recruit against Northwestern. They recruit against Wake Forest. They recruit against Vanderbilt. Right.
So you telling me you can't get a kid to be interested in engineering, or get a kid that's going to be interested in robotics?
So it's not that. It's not that. We got to think about it. So as a college athlete, bro, those type majors require a lot of dedication.
A lot.
I get that. But like, I mean, but you get into medicine and all that. I mean,
if I'm an academic All-American, I bring up a guy like Devonta Smith, who was on the Wendy's Award finalist coming out of high school.
He was definitely
very good student.
Yes,
well, you going to Georgia Tech, you going to Alabama. Because see, the thing is, here's the thing, and just on that level, Georgia Tech's not going to compete with an Alabama, because just because they can get in a Georgia Tech, they can also get in Alabama. So I do, but I think what Georgia Tech needs, there are a lot of very good, and y'all know this better than I do, especially you, JT, being from Georgia. There are a lot of good smaller parochial private schools that churn out really good football players. And they're not going to Georgia Tech. They're going to Northwestern. They're going to Notre Dame. They're going to Stanford. They're going to Wake. So they're not even staying at Georgia Tech.
But here's my thing, though. So think about this. And this is the reason why I put Georgia Tech 1. Mm-hmm. If Georgia Tech got the right coach to recruit, yes, right now, Georgia Tech cannot compete, cannot go in the house with a 5-star and say, hey, come to Georgia Tech instead of going to Georgia. Kirby Smart got that on lock. But Georgia Tech can go to a 4-star, a 3-star house and bring them to Georgia Tech.
Can they?
Yes. Man,
how many Geoff Collins get?
Geoff Collins just wasn't that guy.
So, well, Geoff Collins had the reputation of being that guy. But I think one of the issues is you can get into Georgia Tech, but can you stay eligible? They had guys with eligibility issues all the time at Georgia.
Well, that's why I had a lot of them like transfer out real quick.
So, and that's the thing, and I'm researching that piece because that's why
Can I ask you a question, Professor?
Yeah.
What do we go to school for? As athletes, what do we go to school for?
It depends on how good an athlete you are.
Okay, I am the number one safety in the country. When I'm on the field, I'm a game changer. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm a real game changer. I mean, I'm all over the place. I'm on the end. I'm in your middle. I'm in coverage. Tell me, what am I in school for?
You trying to get ready to go to you want to go someplace that's going to develop you into a first-round NFL draft pick.
That's what I'm saying. Like but let's say, man, I want to put my city on the map. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, who's in Atlanta? Georgia State. No one knows about Georgia State like that. Oh, but people know about Georgia Tech. Why do they know about Georgia Tech? Ludacris used them in the song. Everybody knows about Georgia Tech in the Ludacris song. Bam, we're gonna go to Georgia Tech. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not going to go to Georgia. Georgia is in Athens. I'm Atlanta. I'm real Atlanta. I'm talking about
SWATs. I'm West Side. I'm SWATs.
I'm West Side. You know what I mean? I'm Atlanta. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I want to go
Clayco, baby.
You know what I mean? Clayco, Clay County. What's up, baby? That's what I'm saying. Zone 6. Shout out to
Zone 4. You know what I'm saying? But that's a great point.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
I want to put my team on the map, JT. Like that's what I'm saying, Professor. That's what I'm saying. So if I'm going to the school, what am I there for? I'm there to play ball.
And then but see, you can't just play ball at Georgia Tech.
You cannot.
So I think that's why I have Georgia Tech third. I don't think it's the job itself. Mm-hmm. The university needs to figure out what they want to do. And in that goes for having some allowances for football. Because if you're going to be a good program, I'm talking about a consistent mid to upper tier Power 5 team where your floor is 8 wins. That means maybe every 2 or 3 years you cycle up to 10 wins. There's a level of dedication that you need those players to have that they can't have at a place like Georgia Tech. Because I'm sitting here trying to learn this playbook. I can't try to learn this playbook, and I'm trying to learn thermodynamics at the same time.
So
That's true.
So check this out. So I just looked up like a Georgia Tech athlete, and what it was, it shows up the majors that they are declaring as. So it says here, hold on. 67% of the male athletes at Georgia Tech, whether it's football, basketball, track, cross country, football, basketball, baseball, track, cross country, or any collegiate sport that qualifies as NCAA, that qualifies as an NCAA sport, 67% of the students are declared undecided as majors.
Well, eventually they're gonna have to declare something.
But you want to declare, but that's what I'm saying. You want to declare a major in, because they got communications, don't they?
So as a major, okay, I'm thinking what would be something. Okay, so if I'm undeclared,
communications is the easiest thing that you can do.
True, but think about this though. Okay, so you're undeclared as a freshman. By your sophomore, by your end of your sophomore year, you have to have at least a major, because then by then you should be done with all your core classes, like your English 1101, math, all that stuff. If I was an athlete, I would do undeclared, and I'd probably go do something like physical education. You know what I'm saying?
I would. I was an English major, so I don't think that was too hard. But I agree.
Yeah, like middle grade education, so that way you can go coach.
General business, marketing.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like they can. It's not like they don't have solutions to the problem. That's what I'm saying. It's not like they don't have solutions.
But that's on Georgia Tech. That's on the university to make those decisions.
The issue is not really the declared majors. I think the issue is more so, hey, instead of coming to this team that said that we don't have this big brand, and no. Let me take it back. Instead of coming to a team that is trying to run the same spread offense, go back to that doggone run power. That's how y'all were winning games. I'm sorry, but when you run the ball at Georgia Tech, you win games.
But
that's
okay,
just what it is.
But
they were doing this. But I'm just saying. But that was the winning formula for you.
It was.
When you try to make this spread schematic, and you want to try to spread the ball out, spread y'all. Yeah. You're not getting. Getting country boys.
And Collins was getting worse.
Big nerds. You know what I mean?
Geoff Collins was trying to run a pro style offense.
He was
at Georgia Tech. I mean, I think if a guy like Kendall Briles went to Georgia Tech and ran that offense, you just need a quarterback who's accurate and can get the ball down the field. I mean, look at what Hendon Hooker's doing at Tennessee. Just as an example.
Can we not talk about him, please?
He's having a good time.
Can we not talk about Hendon Hooker and please?
He's having a good old time.
My bad. KJ Jefferson. Can I say something about KJ Jefferson?
You can't talk about right now. I don't hear nothing about Tennessee.
So, but yeah,
they're Rocky Top, baby.
Let me explain why I rated Arizona State first. And here's the thing, man. Listen, Nebraska has infrastructure. I think Trevor Owers come in did a really good job of cleaning up some of the mess Bill Moose left at Nebraska. They've got infrastructure, and man, Nebraska got bread. I mean, their money is long.
That's what I'm saying. But why are they not number one in your
because a home recruiting base still matters, and that Phoenix, Tempe, Glendale metroplex has grown so much. Number one, it's becoming cost prohibitive to live in California, so they're just coming in. They're moving east to Arizona.
And guess what's going to happen? It's going to do the same thing until it comes to get to Florida.
Yeah, but you know what? It's so funny you said that. I read a very interesting article about like how Florida became such a football powerhouse. And one of the correlatives was air conditioning. When air conditioning and central air units became a thing, people started moving down to Florida. Because now I could live in Florida summers in the house. So more people started migrating to Florida, right? But also with Arizona, so you have these recruits. You don't have the academic strong restrictions that a Georgia Tech has. You have the recruiting base that Nebraska doesn't. And don't get it twisted. But Arizona State, they got some money too.
They do.
They don't have Nebraska money, but they have some of the better. They have some of the best facilities in the Pac-12. I mean, for years,
great uniforms.
I would say they do
got great uniforms.
The only schools that may have facilities better than Arizona State in the Pac-12 right now. Number one is Oregon. Oregon's got the best facilities in the Pac-12.
Oh, hands down. Hands down.
That may be.
Don't sleep on maybe Oregon State's facilities. I don't know if y'all seen Oregon State's facilities. Don't sleep on their facilities because their facilities up there too.
They got some nice in Core Valley. They got something nice there.
The only thing you need if you Arizona State, and listen, I got clowned on one of my Facebook groups because I said Arizona State's a sleeping giant. One person said, "Well, they've been comatose for like 30 years." Listen, it could be that they are who they are. But I firmly believe you get the right coach. And if there's anything that you can get now in Arizona, you can get a quarterback. And this is a quarterback-driven game nowadays. I mean, you do look at the fact that a Bijan Robinson and Akili Ringo, both guys from that area, are nowhere close to, Akili at Georgia. And all of the 4 and 5 stars, they're leaving. You need a coach to keep them home. And I think if you find the right coach with with the state of the Pac-12 currently, you should be competing with USC for that championship.
So let me ask y'all a question. So I just looked up a stat. So here's my question. Do y'all think Georgia Tech, when they recruit these athletes, do you think when they transfer out to go to a powerhouse school that they can fit in well? Reason I say that, before preseason, everybody was talking about Jahmyr Gibbs being a Heisman candidate, right? His 2022 stats right now, this man is he has 172 yards rushing. He has no rushing touchdowns. He has 187 yards receiving and 3 receiving touchdowns. So do you think him transferring, do you think he should have stayed at Georgia Tech and produced more versus going to Alabama? And now you're actually number 3 on the depth chart?
Well, so I would not consider Jahmyr to be third on the depth chart because they rotate their running backs. So number one, if I'm Jahmyr looking at this from a long-term play, that's a smart move on his part because now look, running backs got a certain amount of carries in them. So he's carrying the ball fewer times in Alabama. That could elongate his pro career. That's number one. But number two, I mean, and in addition, he's playing in a better system at Alabama than he is. I mean, that's an NFL investment play.
It is, but at the same time, you come into the preseason as a potential Heisman candidate, but yet still you as a running back really ain't toting the rock. You're more so a James Cook catching the ball out the backfield. You see what I'm saying? So how is that equating to me being a top tier running back?
You gotta keep in mind. And first off, you can't cancel me. I'm uncancelable, Crispy. I'm uncancelable. I'm sorry. You gotta get another guy.
Is that a word?
It's not a word, but he can have it.
Don't worry about it. He's gonna sign for English 1101. Don't worry about it.
Listen,
I'm in professor's class. That's what he taught me.
No, you're on Professor Rick.
I agree. But I don't know. I think Jahmyr going to Alabama, number one, there were some cultural issues at Georgia Tech. I don't think you can discuss.
That's what it is.
Yeah, but also that's a play that wow. Crispy, this is a
Crispy.
college football show, sir.
Hey, shouts out to Crispy, bro.
Listen,
Crispy, he's the GOAT, bro.
Listen, man. They have a contractual agreement to use that symbol in Tallahassee. But no, I think it's a move for the pros.
It's a white guy anyway.
And I'll say this as well. Who knew Alabama's offensive line wouldn't be able to block again this season?
Oh,
True.
Shoot, I could have told you that. Bro. Those guys that Alabama actually recruited were the guys that are recruited to doggone Georgia. Bro, those guys decided to go to Georgia. That's what happened. Everybody decided, hey, we want to go elsewhere. Let's go elsewhere. Let's not even be a part of this anymore.
Okay, so let's think about this. Let's think about the long history of what Alabama has produced as far as running back wise. Okay, so Jahmyr Gibbs, he is junior this year. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's a true junior. So he's eligible this year for the NFL draft. Okay, so let's think about it. One, Alabama line isn't that good. Two, is Jahmyr Gibbs on tape off the field? As when I say off the field, I'm talking about as far as like NFL drills, like the 40-yard dash, the 3-cone drill.
You want to know if he's on pace to?
Is he? If he was to come out right now, would he be a top?
No.
What would he rank amongst the running backs? You see what I'm saying? Versus if he said,
what you mean? What you talking about?
But if he was staying at Georgia Tech though, he would have got more carries. Granted, I know I get what y'all saying with the wear and tear on the running back's body, because realistically, we see it in the NFL right now. Ezekiel Elliott, bro, almost done. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, done. Bro, out of
like bro's almost done, and he's not even on year 6. Wait, this is year 5?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, bro, out of there,
Is Travion draft eligible from Ohio State?
Yes.
Because I'm trying to rank him in my brain.
I want to say because he's a redshirt sophomore.
He's a redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, he's a redshirt sophomore.
Is Bijan Robinson y'all number 1 in the country as far as draft eligible running backs? Y'all got him first.
I definitely got him. I think I got Bijan first, man.
I'm going.
Another guy that I got right now, man. No lie, man. If because I think he's gonna put it together. Because I talked to him today. Trey Benson is one of my other guys. I think he's going to be a sleeper because I think if he comes out this year, I think he's going to be a top running back. He just got to be fed the ball a little bit more at state. So
this is here's the thing about Jahmyr for the league. While he'll probably be one of the top, if he comes out this year, while he'll be one of the top 2 or 3 running backs.
Let
me tell you why.
No, okay. I'm gonna tell you what he won't be.
His game fits what they're doing in the pros. Number one, he can catch the ball out of the backfield. But also, and he proved this at Georgia Tech, as bad as they were, and they were behind so often they couldn't run the ball a lot. He's effective without volume. He doesn't need 25 to 30 carries a game to be effective. He can get 17 or 20 touches a game and still influence the game. That's why Jahmyr Gibbs, and there's a very good possibility that he becomes a better pro than he was in college, just because his game is so tailored to how they play the game in the pros now.
So here's my thing. Like, this, like you said, this is a college football show, and we really we know the game. I ain't gonna say we're the experts of the game, but I would put my team, us 3, against anybody who talk college sports. You know what I'm saying? Jahmyr Gibbs, in my book, he's the top 6. I'll put him number 5 or number 6.
Who you got in front of him?
I got Bijan in front of him. I got that kid from Syracuse.
Sean Tucker.
Yeah, Sean Tucker. He's a monster.
That's my boy. He a dog.
Sean Tucker. I will go Chris Rodriguez from Kentucky. And then I think Tank from Auburn is a good running back.
See, but
so that's 4 running backs. That's 4 running backs in front of Jahmyr. And on tape, in my eyes, those 4 are better than Jahmyr. Now,
go ahead, because I'm cutting you off.
Now, size wise, you know what I'm saying? Measurements. Jameer's what 5? He's 5'10", 5'10", somewhere around there.
5'10", yeah.
And then you can't forget about Travis Dye out in the USC.
He's another one.
So
very much like Jahmyr Gibbs.
Very much so. But if you're going,
can I throw a name out there real quick?
Yeah, hold on. Let me say this real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Jahmyr Gibbs reminds me of James Cook.
Mm-hmm.
But the only difference is James Cook, when he got an opportunity to run the ball, he was very effective. He was averaging 10 to 12 yards per carry because he wasn't that premier back as far as running. Mm-hmm. It was Zeus that was the premier back as running the ball. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Jahmyr, he's not. I don't see how he will fit into the NFL system being a premier downhill runner.
Well, how many teams need that? So my thing is, I like Tank, I like Chris. With those two guys, and I would even say to an extent, Sean Tucker, though their scheme fits. Like you would see a Tank Bigsby, a Chris Rodriguez. Yeah, they play. Mm-hmm. They can play for Baltimore. They can play for Tennessee. But could they fit in an offense like Kansas City? Could they? Because I like Sean Tucker, and Sean Tucker's improved as a receiver. But that's really the big. Everybody wants Alvin Kamara. I mean, because that's pretty much what everyone's running, and that's why both he and Travis Dye's tremendous out of the backfield. And once he's another guy who doesn't need volume to be effective. So, like you can, I think Jahmyr and Travis Dye and Bijan probably fit more systems in the NFL than the Rodriguez and the Tank Bigsby. They're power runners.
Okay.
And they don't catch the football out of the back.
That's cute. Brilliant Allen. No, I don't want to pick him. A guy that I want to pick, though. Rashid Ali from Marshall. What people are not seeing right now, that Rashid Ali is doing some things that's causing people problems. I'm talking about he's catching out the backfield, he's running up, and then not only that, he has a tag team partner is in Le'Veon. I want to call him LeBron, but Le'Veon, who is a transfer from Florida State. Bro, I think right now, if you don't look at these guys as top prospects, I don't know what's going on with you, dog.
But that's another caveat to it. And I want to get to my last day in the yard, but that's another caveat to it. Mm-hmm. Why would I take a second or third round draft pick on a running back when I could probably get a guy like Ali out of Marshall either late or as a priority free agent? And he's not only going to make my roster, he's going to play.
Bro, like, I mean, because he was a guy from last season. Mm-hmm. Last season, he ran for a good 1,000 burger. You feel me? Yeah. And 23 touchdowns. And I'm trying to get this year's stats for him. But yeah, man. Right now, though, like right now, you gotta look at it like this, man. Russian, man. What's his boy name? Jesus. Yeah, Khalil Le'Veon. He's on pace right now to go for 1,000 yards this season. Already got 6 touchdowns, 540 yards, average 5.6 yards a carry. I mean, he's your total package player right now.
Yeah.
All right, let me get to this one last thing on the yard. We need to pump the brakes on some of these coaches who took L's.
Come on, man. Come on.
We got to pump the brakes. Listen.
Come on, man.
Sark, Mario, year 2.
Mm-hmm.
Mel. Here's why you pump the brakes on Jimbo and Mel Tucker. Because whether you like it or you don't, you stuck with them. They done gave him all that bread. So if you don't know the particulars of Jimbo's contract, if he decides to walk, if he says, you know what, I'm old, I'm going back to my alma mater, I'm going to go coach the Sanford Bulldogs. No buyout. If they fire him, $95 million.
Jesus.
Y'all stuck with Jimbo. You're stuck with 8 million Jimbo. You stuck with him. You stuck with him. Hey, so
hey, y'all good. We good over here. We're good. We're good over here.
You can't fight.
We're good over here.
You can't fight. Mel,
I'm not stuck with nobody.
So
we're good over here.
So Mel Tucker, I want to say if they fire him, they owe him, I think, 85% of his contract. You stuck with him.
But okay,
now,
so
let me say this one quick thing about Mel. Michigan State came a year early.
They did.
And there was a lot of turnover luck, but I looked up an interesting stat. This is how great Kenneth Walker was. Michigan State was 68th in run success rate last season. How you get a guy running for over 1,300 some odd yards? I think he was either second or third in the country in rushing last year. And your O-line's rush success rate is in the bottom half. Well, here's why. Because Kenneth Walker led the country in yards after contact. That man, so that means plays that should have been either no gain or negative yards, Kenneth Walker were turning into 5-yard gains. 5-yard gains, he would turn them into 10-yard gains. 10-yard gains, he would turn them into 20. 20, he was taking them to the house. He was so just ridiculous last season as a runner. That's what happened. And really, the Michigan State we're seeing this year is the Michigan State we should have saw last year. And Mel Tucker did a great job in the portal. And he cashed in, and those guys played well.
And they cashed out, boy.
And it's just not happening this year. I think with Jimbo,
I mean, you know why it's not happening this year, man? I think honestly because we got to look. Everybody had time to prepare now. I think because everybody had time to prepare. Because when you have time to prepare for stuff, I'm like really prepare for stuff. Everybody had a full year.
Yeah,
a full year. No COVID restrictions. No COVID restrictions. No special place to study. Everybody was in dorms. Everybody's on campus for workouts. There was no protocol out. There was none of this because everybody was still trying to be walking home last year. This year, everybody said, "You know what? We got a whole year."
And
a whole year.
In a lot of ways, Michigan State won last year.
In. Like you said, they cashed in because they didn't have a whole. Because they knew doggone well they have a whole year, but they said, "Look, we got this running back from the ACC from doggone Wake Forest. We go ahead, put him on the field, and let him do the rest for us. We got some other guys. Wide receiver in the transfer portal. Let's go ahead and get him. Let's make some noise. Let's make some things happen." And my golly, they made things happen. You're talking about this is the team that we're supposed to see this year. Cool, I'm with that. But I'm telling you, it's not the fact that Mel Tucker. I don't think Mel Tucker's a bad coach. But far from imagination. I don't think he's a bad coach. I think he's a good coach. And you know what I'm saying? I think this is a perfect position. This is a perfect place for him. Give him another year. We don't really need to pump the brakes on him. I don't think he's a guy that we need to pump the brakes on. So, I think we need, you know what? Hey, man, it started off rocky. Let him finish this out.
I mean, pump the brakes as far as the criticism. And whether you want to criticize.
Okay.
Yeah, listen. And whether you want to fire him or not, man, you stuck with him because you're gonna have to pay him about $75-80 to buy him out. So you stuck with him anyway. And Sark, that Texas Tech loss was awful. But you don't have Quinn Ewers, Hudson Card playing on one leg. You lost your two best offensive linemen, and I can't think of the guy's name. The transfer from Wyoming. The wide receiver that was supposed to be on the other side of Xavier Worth. You don't have nothing but Bijan Robinson. And that defense, they just bowled up for Alabama. That defense wasn't good last year.
Man, that defense was like this is the powerhouse that is known as Alabama is in our backyard. Yeah. We finna like let it all hang out on this game It's a clip where the UFC fighter was in the cage. He said he's prepared to die in that cage. Them boys was prepared to go all out for that game, and it showed. You know what I'm saying? But that loss Texas took, man, that was a tough loss.
Yeah, but I also
because that loss, because if they would have won, Texas is back.
No, Texas ain't back.
No, I'm saying that. No. That's what's going to be the narrative. Texas is back. They would have won. Oh, this is the Texas that we know.
But I'll say this about Texas, because they're starting, I think, 2 freshmen offensive line. I think they started one lineman at guard, 1 freshman at tackle. And they're playing pretty well. I think the late great Bobby Bowden said this one year about Florida State. You better beat us this year, because you ain't beating us next year. I'm telling you. No. Quinn will be back. And they've got straight studs up front. That offensive line develops. Texas is going to be tough to beat next season.
So let me ask you a question. Okay, you said Quinn Ewers going to be back. You must figure out who's coming in. Would Quinn still be the starting quarterback?
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Because I think
you think RT Manning going to come in and start over Quinn?
From what I've read, and just keep in mind, the Manning complex has been very guarded about Arch's recruitment in that whole situation. But it's from what I've gathered, the plan is for Arch to redshirt his freshman year and play in 20. What would that? So that would be 23, and for him to start in 24.
Okay. So let's just say this. Okay, Arch get on campus, spring camp. I'm pretty sure he's going to enroll early. Arch get on campus, quarterback competition. Arch destroys Quinn. You don't think Sark is going to start him? You don't think Sark is going to?
He probably will. I'm just saying what I the plan is to redshirt him. That's the plan. Do plans change? Absolutely, they do. But I'm gonna be honest with you. He ain't going to destroy Quinn.
He's not going to destroy him. But I personally, from what I've seen on tape, now granted, high school football is completely different from college football. Same thing.
Completely different.
Same thing. I hate the conversation when people are saying, can a Georgia or Alabama beat an NFL team? No, those are kids versus grown men. No,
right.
Like I hate that. I hate that conversation. You know what I'm saying? People have that. Like one guy I was reading on Twitter, somebody said Alabama or Georgia can go right now and beat the Houston Texans. No, they cannot.
No, they can't.
Man, Houston will score. You thought Stephen F. Austin scored 98. Man, that game would be an embarrassment, bro.
Boy, that game be.
So I hear what you're saying.
The man will be like.
But JT, I got a question for you. You seen Quinn Ewers high school tape?
I have.
My goodness, if anybody got a bomb drop, I'll go ahead and drop it. It's better than Arch's.
It is. It is.
This is the number one reason why I think they want to redshirt Arch. Number one, so Quinn came out of Westlake. This one factor Westlake is in the league. It's one of the bigger programs in the state of Texas as well. And Arch is coming out of Newman. That's where his uncles played, which is a smaller program. And FYI, Peyton and Eli both redshirted as well. I don't know if Arch would be ready to take that leap in competition from small parochial school in New Orleans to at that point will be the SEC. You start the veteran in that situation.
You start in SEC. Come on, bro. Come on, Bob. You get your veteran. And then also with Arch, the plan is once again it's the long-term play.
We want him to develop because, listen, my granddaddy and my uncles, and Cooper in his own right, Papa was good. He had the spinal stenosis. That's why he did not play it at Ole Miss. But they know it when they see it. They think Arch has an NFL future. So they're not going to rush him. But if Quinn looks anything like he looked against Alabama, Quinn's the real deal. Now,
hey guys,
because I think the I'll say this and I'll leave this alone because we talk way too much about this. I think the sentiment is Quinn will probably leave after his redshirt sophomore year.
Oh, of course.
If he balls.
Yeah. All right, guys. Look, man, we about to go ahead and change up classrooms. We're about to go ahead to go in the film session, man. But we will be going to film session right after these messages.
Yeah. Come on, let go, man. Yeah. I wanna be remembered for the good I did, not for accolades and accomplishments. Did I treat people with the love of God? Walking my purpose, seeking no applause. Did I tear down idols that were in my way? And in my darkest moments, did I keep the faith? Here to give a message, man, forget the fame. Can't allow our hearts to remain the same. We need to change. Forget the money, the cars, and the clothes. None of that's gonna last when it's our time to go. Gotta stay focused, gotta run your race. Time to get to it, cause we in the last days. Tell me what's your legacy? What's your legacy? What's your legacy? Tell me what's your legacy?
That is from my homeboy Will Smith.
What's your legacy, cuz?
I'm gonna get that, man. I'm such a huge comic book nerd.
Hey, listen, bro, he got some hits.
Yeah, he do. And that's from my homie Will Smith from the team from Red and Bold, man. He is the comic book author and the creator of Legacy AD. So make sure you go to legacyad.com. Get you an issue, man.
So as we go to the film session.
All right, talk to me.
Westside, JT, if any of y'all can just share who's undefeated so far this season in picks.
The person that's undefeated right now
I'm not gonna answer that.
Is the Professor Pryor. He has picked undefeatedly right now. Me and JT are sitting at 0-3.
And just let me say for the record, of all the games that we've picked, I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I may be bragging because I've only missed one. I missed Notre Dame UNC, but that was it.
I don't even know why. I want to ask you that. I've been wanting to ask you why pick. You know what? Never mind. I don't even want to know.
I didn't trust Chris.
Let's go to film.
I was wrong.
I don't care if you didn't trust. It's still Notre Dame versus doggone UNC. At the end of the day, it's still Notre Dame versus UNC.
Right.
So.
Yeah, there you go, Mr. 3-0. I don't want to hear what you got to say.
Okay.
Go ahead, JT.
All right, man. So y'all know how it goes on film session, man. We hit up a couple of games we think are marquee games of the weekend, and we're not biased here. We're not going to say, we're gonna go all SEC. No, we go all over the conference. So the first game on chat, man, we're going out west. We're gonna go undefeated, 15th ranked University of Washington, the Huskies, versus the UCLA Bruins. Professor, talk to me nice. What you got on this one right here?
Ooh, so I like Washington for one simple reason. I heard somebody comment that this is going to be the toughest defense Washington's played. Yeah, but UCLA ain't played nobody either. And when it comes to that, I listen. I like Kalen DeBoer and Michael Penix. And listen, if you watched Washington towards the end of the Chris Peterson and the one Jimmy Lake era, then that offense was rough to watch.
It was.
But now we got big Penix energy, baby. I like Huskies in this one. On the road somewhat, because there ain't gonna be nothing but about 35 people in the Rose Bowl. I like UW in this. I like UW in this.
He said 35 people. Dang.
So
well,
UCLA is about one of a dozen teams that really need an on-campus stadium, but that's a different conversation.
So you're picking the Huskies.
I got the Huskies.
Connie, who you got?
Man, I gotta go with that purple and gold, baby. I gotta go with that purple gold. Man, here's why, man, because Penix is playing out his mind right now, dog.
Indeed.
I am like, yo, who decided to get this guy? And then not only that, man, you kind of got because y'all, everybody know I'm born in Germany, but all my papers is from Tacoma, Washington, so we got to go with the left coast. You know what I mean? So I got to do it up for the west side. You feel me? So and not only that, man, like the Huskies is another team that's on the rise this season. They literally went to the transfer portal and got what they needed. They like, look, we need y'all. And said we're gonna make. And here's what I'm starting to love about the transport portal. You're going to grab guys that you actually need. You're starting to make these guys realize, look, y'all don't always have to go to Alabama. Y'all don't always have to go to these major schools. Y'all can come here, you know what I'm saying? Or you can go somewhere and develop and show that you can actually play on this level, give us some film, and say, you know what, we can fit you. Bro, the transport portal has been a blessing in disguise. And if you don't see it, I don't know what to tell you. So yes, I'm going to go UW.
So clean sweep. I'm taking UW on this one as well. I think that Huskies offense right now just like I don't see UCLA having an answer for that. It's gonna be a close game. I'm calling 42-38. A high scoring
38.
High scoring affair. It's gonna be better than what most people think it's gonna be. So I actually may step and watch that game. All right, next game on deck. Kentucky and Ole Miss bring out those new helmets, bro. Hey, what y'all seen the new helmets on Twitter, man?
I ain't gonna lie, them things tough, bro. Them things tough. I like
that baby blue with that real tree helmet, boy. Those things, ooh.
Man, that looks dope. I don't care.
Man, hey, I don't care what nobody say. Ole Miss uniforms, it reminds me that part of blue is just like the Chargers. The Chargers got the best NFL uniforms, in my opinion. And that part of blue with that red,
yeah, them was cold.
Them guys cold. So Conrad, talk to me nice, bro. Ole Miss, Kentucky.
It's a tough one, man. Because Kentucky been looking good this season, man. But so has Ole Miss, and I think Lane Kiffin is he's a special coach, and I think he's trying to coach these boys up to actually be a contender now. Both teams undefeated, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams are undefeated. It's hard to say because I don't want to say Kentucky hasn't played anybody because Kentucky has played, I don't know. I can't say that because I don't want to give the Gators any props. So, man, I'm going to go. You know what? I want to go. Give me Miss in this one. I'm going to go Ole Miss. Even though Kentucky is playing really tough ball, I think this is going to be the thing that trip them up. I still believe they win 10 games, but I think this is going to be the game that trips them up first.
Professor,
all right, so you got Chris Rodriguez coming back off suspension for the Wildcats.
Yep.
But you got Zach Evans on the other side for Ole Miss, who's become more of a ground and pound team because of Zach Evans. This is a tough one. Just FYI, the Rebels are favored by 6.5 in this one. I do think Kentucky covers, but this one is in Oxford, so I'm going with the Rebels.
Got you.
Lee Corso, doop, doop, doop. Not so fast, my friends.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I
Not
was
so
waiting for it.
fast, bro. What Mark Stoops is doing in Kentucky, bro. He's turned that program into a contending powerhouse year in and year out.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go into a hostile environment.
Not according to Kiffin.
They're going to go into a hostile environment, and I'm picking Kentucky to win by 7.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm picking Kentucky to win by 7.
That man going to the UK. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna stay in the SEC.
Ooh.
This is the game we talked about maybe 2
SEC
weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this game we talked about 2 weeks ago. Bama, Arkansas. Talk to me now. What y'all thinking?
So this game is in Fayetteville. It's in Fayetteville.
Is it Fayetteville?
Yep.
But I'm going with Alabama only because I want to say Arkansas lost 2 of their top 3
Defensive players.
DBs.
Yep.
For the season. And the only thing Bama has to do really is put on that A&M tape, because Arkansas started off House of Fire against the Aggies and then didn't score again to the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
There's a formula to slow that offense down. And I just like the matchup of Alabama's receivers against Arkansas's depleted secondary. So I'm going with Alabama on this one.
Okay.
Connie?
I'm gonna go Arkansas, man. Because I think Terrion Arnold is gonna have a tough time against what's the wide receiver name from Arkansas, the light skinned boy with the dreads. I forget his name.
Is that Hazleton from Oklahoma?
He transferred from Oklahoma.
Yeah, the Oklahoma transfer. I think Terrion Arnold is gonna have a tough time. And I think that's where they're going to expose them at. I don't think the DBs this year for Alabama can keep up with the wide receivers that Arkansas has. And I think what's going to happen is that Arkansas's quarterback's going to figure it out. And I'm pretty sure he's in session right now as we speak. So we're gonna go with Arkansas for the win.
Ooh. West side.
Best side, you already know.
Bro. That's why you my brother, man.
Hey!
Bro, that's why you my brother, bro. Okay. You see how Alabama, I ain't gonna say were manhandled by Texas, but Texas kind of sort of had their way in a sense. Granted, they had a couple of penalties. Penalties kind of sort of saved them a little bit, but Texas was able to do something that a lot of teams have not been able to do, and that's keep Alabama under 35 points. Mm-hmm. This Arkansas defense, paired with what Arkansas can do offensively, I'm going to go on record and say this may be one of the most complete offenses besides Georgia. This may be one of the most complete offensive team that Alabama may face this year. My gut is telling me to go with Alabama. But man, they're gonna be in Fayetteville. Boy, them hoes coming, boy. I gotta go Arkansas in a close one.
Here's
what's going to determine this game.
Talk to me.
If Arkansas can get the lead, sustain the lead, and in the fourth quarter, with under 2 minutes, have the ball, they cannot give Bryce Young the ball back.
If Bryce got it, you know what's happening.
If Bryce get the ball back in the fourth quarter with time on the clock, in my eyes, he's a baby Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, he definitely have Tom Brady.
If he got time, if he need to go 99 yards down the field to win the game, he would. But if Arkansas can sustain, I think Arkansas got what it takes to win this game.
Got that.
All right, so we got the last two. We're gonna run through it real quick. Oklahoma State, Baylor.
Well, you know me, Baylor. That's my squad. They old and they good up front. Rematch of the Big 12 championship game. I like Baylor.
I got Baylor.
Clean sweep. I got Baylor giving Oklahoma State the first loss. You know, I don't. No, Oklahoma State undefeated, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma. Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still going to go Baylor. I'm thinking Oklahoma. I'm like, yo.
Oklahoma State ain't playing nobody.
Yeah,
all right.
Oklahoma State ain't playing nobody.
Last game. This team has yet to face anyone all season. I think this will be the first test. Michigan, Iowa. Who y'all got?
So this game is at Iowa, but it's during the day. And I know that Michigan has not faced top-notch competition.
Mm-hmm.
But come on, Iowa can't score points. Michigan,
bro, we can't rule out what Maryland. Maryland's a good team. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. And I think Maryland.
You know
Maryland
what? I stand correct. You are correct. Exactly.
So this is why I'm going Michigan.
Iowa beat an FCS team with a baseball score.
Yeah.
And it was 2 safeties and a field goal. If Michigan wants to prove that their game against Ohio State is gonna be the de facto Big Ten championship game, they need to do to Iowa in Iowa what they did to Iowa in a Big Ten championship game last season. Harbaugh, right. You got your boy JJ playing. You got Blake Corum. Make a statement. I don't even like Michigan that much, but dadgummit, you can't beat a football team to put up baseball scores. Michigan, you better give it to them. I don't care.
You better give it to them.
You better give it to them. 28-0.
28-0. Oh man, I got
Iowa can't score points. They score points on Rutgers. Well, listen. So I'm going Michigan.
Go ahead and pick Michigan, bro. Don't even do the Iowa mess. Go ahead. You already know. We know what you're gonna pick.
Who?
You.
Who?
We know who you're gonna pick. Go ahead and pick them.
All right, bro.
Don't say this is my upset. This is because you already got 2 upsets on your list.
You're right, I do. All right, so I read off my notes. So they beat North Dakota State 7-3. They lost to Iowa State 10-7. They beat Nevada 27-0. They beat Rutgers 27-10. Man, Michigan's running backs, bro, finna have a field day. What Michigan's about to do, bro, I don't think this game will even be close, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I think by the start of the fourth quarter, the freshman practice squad team will be in. I think Harbaugh now has to get to the point where, for the committee to take Michigan serious, they have to continue. Michigan is they have put up 50 points in 3 of the 4 games this year. Granted, they haven't played up to that level of competition, but still they have put up 50 points in 3 of the 4 games this year. Last week was the first week they didn't put up 50 points. They put up like 34, 35 points last week, if I'm not mistaken, against Maryland. For them to be considered a top 4 team, because you got to think about it, they say Ohio State is the best team in the country, and y'all in the same conference. Michigan is going to have to continue this dominance up until Ohio State game. I'm throwing little hints. You know, y'all may see some of who I may pick with Michigan, Ohio State, but listen, Michigan is going to have to continue to win. and win big. And I got Michigan winning. Michigan putting up a 50 piece again.
You think they're gonna put up? I don't think they're gonna put up 50 against Iowa.
Hey, bro,
I will be shocked.
I'm going 50 piece.
But I see I see Conrad, who you got?
I already put Michigan in there. I don't even want to do this. Michigan. I got Michigan.
Like to me, like Iowa has a championship level defense. I would just off the top of my head, I would say Iowa's a top 7-8 defense in the country. If you gave Iowa Minnesota's offense, they would probably win the Big Ten. But they can't score points. Like I don't know why. I do know why. I mean, listen, Kurt, I know it's your son running the offense, but he don't know what he's doing. Go get your real offensive coordinator.
So you're basically telling me that Iowa's defense is going to hold. Do you think Iowa's defense is going to hold Michigan up under 30 points?
Yes, but I think once again, so to me, I think the blowout's going to be like 27-0. Like Michigan is going to control the game. I don't think you'll see a situation where like Michigan is threatened in this game, but I do think Iowa's defense is good enough. I'll give you one hook. If Iowa's offense, because Michigan's defense is pretty doggone good too.
Yeah.
If Iowa's offense doesn't put Iowa's defense back against the wall consistently. Like if Michigan is playing in plus territory all game, yeah, they may run it up. But if Michigan has to drive consistently, yeah, 24, 27, maybe they get to 30. But Iowa ain't scoring no points.
So we got a clean
I just got some bad news, guys. Tua got knocked off the field, and he had got carted off the field on the stretcher.
Oh,
the old Dolphins fans, did y'all re-sign Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Stop! Just stop! No, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Tua, get better, bro. Like for real, get better, man. I don't like seeing stretchers. Oh, okay. Anyway, look, hey guys, that's it for the show, man. Any thoughts, guys? Anything y'all want to say before we leave?
Yeah, I got something to say. My cafeteria staff, bro. I want some pasta. I want some shrimp Alfredo.
Look, man, we already put it in the order to get the doggone pasta. All right, I don't want to hear that. We already put the order.
I want some shrimp Alfredo.
Man, look. Professor's supposed to be doing that.
Nah, man, I'm going low carb. I ain't fooling with no pasta. So.
Oh, real quick. For those who are watching the show, following the show, we appreciate y'all so much, man. We thank y'all so much. But we need y'all help, man. So check y'all student emails. We are trying to come up with a mascot for the team. You know, right now we're a football club, we're a basketball club. You know, next year we're gonna have our credential to be NCAA eligible. And I think, in my opinion, we may be ranked in the top 5 when the polls come out next year.
Right, man.
So, but we can't go in and like, you know, the Washington football team or, you know, something like that. We need to have the MVPU what? So if y'all got a unique mascot, because we don't want to be like everybody else. We don't want to be like the Seminoles or the Watchmen.
Whitewater was. I don't know what this team is.
Like the
What's
Whales.
going Walter, the Whale.
like we want to be something different.
Yeah. We don't want to be a cat.
And we don't want to be Gatorade. We don't want to be Gatorade at all. That's just a bottle.
Okay.
Bottle of juice.
Hey, we could be little giants.
Hey, what about the Penguins?
Oh, Youngstown State. Well, Youngstown State.
What about the sauces?
What?
Sauce. Everybody likes sauce.
Everybody.
So on that helmet, we're gonna have you like something dripping? No, bro.
I mean, yeah,
we the drip.
We're gonna have a condiment bottle running on the field.
We'll see how next week, man.
Man, this
I think what we should do. Bro, I think what we should do is definitely be like a food. Like, why won't be the pasta dishes? Mon spaghetti. The Mon spaghetti.
Man, the MVP you Bones. Come on, man.
No. The MVP you chitlins.
The MVP you hog malls.
the MVP you Jamaican beef patties.
And that's